So one thing you have to remember when we're talking about a fraction is a part of a whole. All that means is I have one cookie. That is a whole cookie. But when I start to break it into fractions, break it into parts that are all the same size, now my cookie can be shared with more than one person. So I can get one part. That's one part of our whole. Now remember, when we're talking about fractions, we have numerators and denominators. A denominator, right, is our number. What's the trick? That's the one on the bottom of our number, right? So we have our fraction line, and it represents our total amount of pieces. Right, so how many do I have in total? Well, I had one cookie, but I broke it into how many pieces? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that number would go at the bottom of my fraction. Now the top number, what's that one called? Who can remember that? That's right, the numerator. And remember, we tell the difference because the D, as in down, right? Denominator, D for down, and, well, doesn't really have one, but we could say not down, I guess. That's one trick we like to use with our class. So, the top number, the numerator in our fraction, is how many we get to eat. So in this case, I'm going to eat one of these pieces. So that is how many are mine. Oops, you can't see that. How many are mine? Move this over. Alright, and that is one piece, so I get 1. That means my fraction is 1 over 4, or 1/4. It's also a quarter. 4 in French. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 morceaux, 4 pieces, and I get 1, so I get 1/4. You can also think of it as in getting a full dollar. $1 is 4 quarters. So, that's another way we can think about it. But that's how we get our fractions. So we have our numerator and our denominator, and that is all based on our parts of a whole. I'll save this cookie for later. Now, on to today's activity. Alright, so like I said, for this activity, we're going to need 6 different sheets of paper. If they can be different colors, that's even better. Because we're gonna be folding them and cutting them, as well as writing down their fractions. So the first one we're gonna do is 1 whole. Well, we already have our 1 whole. That's 1 whole sheet of paper. So we would just put a 1 down. You'll also need a marker or a Sharpie like I'm using. That could help. That's 1 whole. Now to show 1 whole as a fraction, we could say 1 over 1, because we get 1 piece, and we get 1 piece that's ours. 1 piece in total, 1 piece that is ours. So from there, we can put that one over to the side. I'll put it back here. Now, the second one we're going to do, we now put our pen away. Now we're going to do a half. So we take our piece of paper, and we fold it, not like a hot dog, like I like to call it, but like a hamburger. So we fold that. Open that up, boom. Now I've got 2 pieces in total. I'm gonna put that on my fraction. Got 2 pieces. And I'm gonna cut it right down the middle where that line is. Right? I had 1 whole piece of paper, but then I cut it into 2 pieces. And if I only have this one left, well, that means I have 1 out of 2 pieces. Because it takes both of these pieces to make 1 whole. Both get a number 1 because they're both 1 piece each. And that is what fraction? Nailed it. That's a half. I take these 2 and I put them back with my 1 whole. I'll show you what it looks like in a second. The next one we're going to do is 1/3. That's going to be tougher. So watch this. We're going to fold it to the middle here, kind of like a book. And then we're going to fold it to the middle here too, trying to make sure that both my pieces are the same. Let's do this. Actually, we'll do it right to the halfway line. A bit more. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to fold this guy over again. Again, making sure my corners meet. That's really important. There we go. So now we have 1, 2, 3 pieces. I mark that down again. Right? I had a full sheet of paper, but now I'm cutting it into 3 pieces. Here we go. With my scissors again. Taking my time. One. Two. And 3. Now I've got 3 pieces. Each one makes up 1 out of 3 pieces. The fraction we're talking about here is 1, yeah, 1/3. Because it takes 3 to make a whole sheet of paper. So again, I take those guys, I can put them back with my pile. Now, we're going to work on quarters. We did a half, we did a third, and now we get to do quarters. So we fold like we normally do, hamburger bun, and then we fold again in a hamburger bun. Fold them over twice. Once you get them on the corners, we fold those down. Here we go. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to mark those down. I've got 4 total pieces. 1, second piece, third piece, and the 4th piece. Again, same thing. I'm going to cut these out. Remember to cut them straight right on that line. That's why we folded it. So now I've got 1 piece of 1/4, another 4th. And I'll cut out these 2 and I'll have the other 4ths that I need. Here we go. So now I have 1/4 or a quarter, another quarter, a third quarter, and a 4th quarter. Gee, I think I've heard of that in some sports. Basketball, football. A couple of sports have the quarter system in there because there's 4 periods. So that is 1 piece of our quarter. Notice I'm always putting 1 on top. That's because the piece I'm putting it on represents, it only is for 1 piece of that puzzle. So 4 of these makes 1 whole sheet, but alone, 1 of them is 1/4 or 1/4. Remember that word in French, quatre, un quart, they would say. Take these guys, put them behind you. Okay. All right, next one we're going to do is 1/8. So really similar to our quarter. So we fold, hamburger style. Hamburger style again. And then we're going to fold it again the same way. Over this way. Okay, making sure our corners line up. Give it a nice press so it's nice and sealed. And then you open it back up. Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. So again, my number on the bottom, my denominator, is going to be what number? 8. That's right. And they're all going to be 8 because this whole sheet is cut up into 8 slices. Think of it like a chocolate bar or maybe a cake. How many slices would each person would be able to cut this into? We'd be able to cut it into 8 slices. Okay, and then when I cut these up, how much is each one of them worth? Each one is going to be 1/8 of the cake because it's 1 slice out of 8. Here we go. Boom. Try and do these in 2s. Maybe that will help. And they each get what number? That's right, 1. Because it's one piece of the 8 that we have. It takes 8 of them to make one whole cake or pizza, let's say. And that's why we're putting a 1 on each, because when we put all 8 together, we get one whole piece. I keep using the word whole a lot. That means one entire thing. It's full. It's completely full. There isn't a part missing. Okay, so we've done halves. We've done thirds. We've done quarters. We've done eighths. Next, we're going to do sixteenths. Now, do you think those are going to be bigger or smaller than our eighths? Let's see. So here we go. Hamburger flip. And seal it down. Hamburger flip again. And seal it. Hamburger flip again. No hot dogs today. And one last hamburger flip right here. If we've done this right, we should have 16 squares. Oh, I can't wait. Let's take a look. Okay, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if I know I have 8 on one half of the page, that probably means I have 8 on the other. But I'm going to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, that makes sense. And 8 plus 8 is, you nailed it, 16. Okay, so, or 8 times 2 we could have said, because that's 2 packs of 8. So, my denominator, my number on the bottom, which represents how many pieces there are in total on this big sheet of paper, is going to be 16, because we just counted 16. My fraction line, don't forget your fraction lines. I like doing all my denominators first because I've counted exactly how many slices, cuts, pieces, we can say, parts there are. Okay, here we go, last one. And then I'm gonna cut them up. I'm gonna cut mine up. You might want to put your ones, because again, it's one part out of the 16 that you're cutting up, but I'm gonna do that afterwards. So, here we go. I'll cut these up. So now we have to start talking about fractions that are equivalent. Now, an equivalent fraction means that it looks a little different, but the total is still the same. And we'll show you what we mean in that case. So that's kind of like if I was talking about, if I had a half of a cookie, and my friend's cookie wasn't cut in half, it was cut in quarters, it was cut into 4 pieces, how many would he need, how many quarters would he need in order to have the same amount of cookie as me? These are the kind of questions you're going to get going into grade 4 and 5, and you're going to see in 6. You have to be ready for them. So an equivalent fraction, like we said, is something that, in this case, we'll call it a cookie, is cut up in a different way, but you all get the same amount. Or a pizza, for that matter. Sometimes pizzas are sliced up differently, but we all want to get a fair share. Alright, so I've finished up my 16ths, cutting them out and writing down my fractions. I've now done all of my cutting and my writing. The next part I get to do is jump into my challenge. So, here I have my one whole square. Remember, that's one whole piece, one whole cake, one whole pizza, one whole chocolate bar, whatever you want to imagine it as. Whatever's going to help you. I want you, so I'm going to say, here, put 1/2 on your sheet. Directly onto your sheet. Now I've got 1/2 on my sheet. What I want you to do is, I want you to try and fill up our other 1/2 using your other fractions. So let's see, if I take a third, not much else fits there. Now I can't Now if I want to put a 16th to try and cover it up, you see how they're overlapping? I can't do that. That's not going to work for me. They have to fit in perfectly. So let's take a look here. Take our third away. What about an eighth? I'll put in an eighth. Let's play around here. Let's put in 2 16ths. Hey, look at that. I just noticed something. 2 pieces of 16th, so 1 16th and another 16th. So let's call it 2 16ths. When we put them on top of our eighth, well, they fit exactly. So that is an equivalent fraction. 1 16th plus another 1 16th, so that would be 2 16ths, is the same as 1/8. That's so cool. I wonder, how many eighths would I need to make 1/2? Let's see. 1, 2, I haven't got it all covered up yet. 3, and 4. Whoa, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 eighths is the same as 1/2. How cool is that? So one way I could do this, if I wanted to build up my other half of my sheet, would be to put down 4 pieces of 1/8, which equals 4 eighths. 1/8 plus another eighth plus another eighth plus another would equal 4 eighths. That's so cool. All right, so here's your challenge. Like I said, you take your 1 whole, right? Your 1 whole. You put your half down on it. I want you to find another way to make the rest of my half. Let me know in the comments how it goes, okay? So again, you've got your 16ths, you've got your eighths you can work with, you've got your quarters as well, and you've got your thirds. Go to it. Have some fun.